Hey, what up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you. Just read some interesting news here on my lunch. This is coming off of a Ticketmaster TNA seating chart for an upcoming show in Topeka, Kansas. For some reason, the seating chart for the show shows a six-sided ring in the middle of the arena instead of the normal four-sided ring. This is an arena that has housed a TNA show since they have left the six-sided ring and had the four-sided ring. So this may be them, starting to right the wrongs of 2010, the decisions of Eric Bischoff and Hulk Hogan to make changes in the company in order to make them seem more mainstream, so they could go out and they could sort of attack the WWE and go up, right up against each other. I can remember when Hogan and Bischoff came out for their first promo on TNA. The fans were extremely loud, screaming, "We want six sides, we want six sides." And Hogan sort of, answered the question, saying, it was good, it got you to where you're at now, but change is good if you want to get bigger in the future. He said something, pertaining to that. But honestly, I think that it's one of the things that really made TNA stick out to be, more original. I mean, we already have WWE, and they're never going to be WWE. They're always going to be that second company to them. I think they've known that. I think they would love to get as big as they can get, but they don't really have the money behind them that WWE has, and they don't have the past and the fan base. They had a chance. When they first got Kurt Angle and they're building up with Kurt Angle and Christian and Samoa Joe. That company was huge. I mean, that helped them get to a real big point in wrestling, to where I thought that they really had a chance to do something. But it seemed that with them bringing Hogan in, that was just the ultimate step backwards. It seems like they wanted to go right away into a Monday Night Wars situation, trying to put themselves up against it. And WWE, if you go look at those shows, laid down for them, almost trying to help them out as much as they could. And TNA putting out the best stuff that they could do, wasn't able to crack the numbers that WWE was doing. It's almost like WWE knew that a Monday Night Wars would be a good thing for their company, and it would help them, even if they lost a few fans along the way. That whole going back and forth between channel and channel to see whose show was better was going to make them, push their roster more and get them to a better side. When I was at Bound for Glory talking with all the fans that were staying inside of the hotel, one of the big things that everybody, wished that they would do was bring back the six-sided ring. And honestly, this is a real big surprise to me. I honestly thought that, when it was gone, it was gone. I know that they ran that Destination X 2011 pay-per-view as like a thank you to the fans, and a lot of people went out of their way, and a lot of people went and bought it, thinking that if maybe this pay-per-view got a large buy rate, that they would bring back the things and push the X Division again. It was a real good show. I know a lot of my friends bought it. The main event was Christopher Daniels and AJ Styles in a real great match. It turns out that a lot of people didn't really pay for the show. A lot of people might have watched the show, but they didn't throw the money down, so TNA didn't see it as a money-making situation as the X Division. And then the X Division turned into what it turned into, to being like, the bottom of the barrel guys, and you don't see, at one point, the X Division and the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, which was with the NWA title at the time, seemed like they were on their own. They were almost even, I guess you can say. Like, if you were looked at as the X Division champion, you were looked at just as much as being the NWA champion. Many of the pay-per-views in TNA's days back in the day were, headlined by X Division matches. Everybody can remember the first time AJ Styles pinned Jerry Lynn to become the first X Division champion that sort of put TNA on the map. The Ultimate X matches, I believe it was back in 2005 with AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, and Samoa Joe. Three guys going out there really killing themselves to really just make the company bigger. That is all. The bigger the company got, the bigger the company, can make them as stars. But I think it would be really cool if they did bring back the six-sided ring. I think it would be really cool if they did end up going back to the Impact Zone. It seems like they're going to be righting a lot of the wrongs that they've done to sort of hurt the company. I'm guessing that Hogan's gone, and we can start getting them to where they're going. I mean, as long as they're not going to be bringing in a lot of the WWE rejects, I don't think the six-sided ring is really going to screw any people up. When I talk to guys, like I know I went out of my way and I asked Chris Sabin about it, and the one reason Chris Sabin liked the six-sided ring was the ropes were shorter, so that made the ropes tighter. So when you went into the corner to jump off them, you were able to get more spring off the ropes because they weren't as loose, and you were able to jump higher and do more crazy cool shit. And I think that's basically what everybody liked TNA for. We want more of that crazy cool shit. We want the six sides, and we can all hope that Ticketmaster didn't make a mistake, and the six-sided ring is coming back to TNA.